Most people do not lose success in one big failure. They lose it quietly morning after morning. Every time they say just a little more sleep. Every time they delay the thing they promised themselves they would start. Every time they give the first hours of the day to comfort and the last tired hours to their dreams. Most people do not waste their future in one day. They waste it in small mornings they never take seriously. This is the story of Arav, a young man who had talent in his hands, dreams in his heart, but weakness in his mornings. In a quiet village surrounded by green fields, narrow roads and a peaceful river, there lived a young man named Arav. Arav was kind. He was talented. He knew how to make beautiful wooden boxes with smooth edges and small carved patterns. People often said Arav has a gift. And it was true. But Arav had one habit that slowly stole from him every day. He woke up late. At night he made big promises to himself. Tomorrow I will start early. Tomorrow I will work seriously. Tomorrow I will change. But when morning came, the bed felt warm. The room was quiet. His mind whispered just a little more sleep. And tomorrow became the same old day. By the time Arav woke up, the village was awake. The farmers were already in the fields. The shopkeepers were already opening their doors. The birds had already filled the morning with song. And the best part of the day had already passed without him. Arav would rush from his bed, wash his face quickly and run to his small work table. But rushing made his hands careless. Sometimes he cut the wood unevenly. Sometimes he forgot tools. Sometimes he arrived late at the market and found that the best customers had already bought from someone else. Every evening he felt disappointed. Every night he promised again, I still have time. But time kept moving. And time does not slow down for people who keep delaying their own life. Near Arav house lived an old carpenter named Dev. Dev was respected by everyone in the village. He did not speak much. He did not show off. But every morning before sunrise, when most people were still sleeping, Dev opened his small workshop. He sharpened his tools. He cleaned the wood. He prepared his work table. And when the first golden light touched the village roofs, Dev was already working. Arav often passed Dev's workshop late in the morning and saw finished chairs, polished doors and carved shelves standing outside. He wondered how the old man did so much. One day the village announced a large market gathering. Travelers from other towns would come to buy handmade goods. For Arav this was a big chance. He had prepared 6 wooden boxes. They were not perfect, but they were beautiful. That night he placed them near the door and said, tomorrow I will arrive early, this time I will not miss my chance. But he slept late. He stayed awake thinking, worrying and dreaming about the success he wanted. And when morning came he did not hear the first rooster. He did not hear the carts passing. He did not hear the villagers walking toward the market. When he finally opened his eyes, sunlight was already bright on the wall. His heart jumped. He grabbed the boxes and ran. But when he reached the market, the best places were already taken. The travelers were already crowded around another young craftsman table. That young man had arrived before sunrise. His boxes were arranged neatly. His tools were clean. His smile was calm. By midday most of his work was sold. Arav stood at the edge of the market holding his wooden boxes with tired hands. Only 2 people stopped to look. One said, these are nice, but I already bought what I needed. Arav lowered his head. For the first time he did not feel only late. He felt left behind. That evening as he walked home beside the quiet river, he saw Dev sitting near his workshop cleaning a small blade. Dev looked at him gently. You missed the morning, the old carpenter said. Arif tried to smile, but his face was heavy. I missed more than the morning, he said. I missed my chance. Dev looked toward the river. The sunset was soft and the water moved slowly. Then he pointed to a piece of wood beside him. Come tomorrow before sunrise, Dev said. Arif sighed. I do not know if I can. Dev nodded. That is why you must. The next morning Arif woke while the sky was still dark. His body wanted sleep. His pillow felt soft. His mind whispered, you can start tomorrow. For a moment he almost believed it. But then he remembered the market. He remembered standing there with unsold boxes in his hands. He remembered the pain of being late to his own dream. So he sat up. His feet touched the cold floor. And that small sound became the first sign of change. Discipline is not loud. Sometimes it sounds like feet touching the floor before sunrise. Arif walked through the village before the world woke up. For the first time he saw the morning differently. Mist floated above the fields. Birds moved softly between the trees. The river carried the pale light of the sky. The narrow road was quiet. No one was asking for his attention. No noise was pulling his mind away. The world had given him silence. At Dev workshop a small lamp was already glowing. Dev was standing beside a table with wood tools and a bowl of water. You came, Dev said. Arif nodded. I almost did not. Dev smiled. That is where the battle begins. Then he placed two pieces of wood on the table. One was dry, clean and smooth. The other was wet, rough and bent. Dev handed Arif a blade. Cut this one, he said, pointing to the wet wood. Arif tried. The blade slipped. The edge broke badly. Then Dev handed him the dry piece. Now this one. Arif cut slowly. The blade moved cleanly. The line was straight. Dev said, the same hand, the same tool, but not the same condition. Arif looked at the two pieces of wood. Dev continued, your dreams like this wood. If you touch it when your mind is tired, rushed and full of noise, you damage what could have been beautiful. Arif stayed silent. Dev looked toward the sunrise. The morning does not make you successful. It only gives you a quiet place to build success. Those words stayed with Arif. From that day he began waking before sunrise. At first it was hard. Some mornings he wanted to sleep again. Some mornings his body felt heavy. He wondered if it mattered, but he came anyway. He cleaned his tools. He prepared his wood. He worked before the village became loud. He made fewer mistakes. His boxes became smoother. His carvings became cleaner. His hands became steady. And slowly something inside him changed. He no longer ended the day ashamed. He no longer felt that time was always escaping him. He began to respect himself. Success often begins before anyone is watching. One morning as Arif walked to Dev workshop, he saw a girl named Sia. She was young, quiet and hardworking. Every morning she helped her family before going to sell flowers at the village path. She did not speak about dreams often, but every day she showed up early. Arif realized something. Some people were not ahead because life was easier for them. They were ahead because they met the day before excuses had time to wake up. Weeks passed, then another market day arrived. This time Arif did not prepare the night before in panic. He prepared for many mornings. Before sunrise his boxes were finished. His table was ready. His tools were clean. He walked to the market while the sky was still soft and blue. When the travelers arrived, Arav was already standing there. Calm, prepared, ready. People stopped at his table. They touched the smooth wood. They admired the carved patterns. One traveler bought 2 boxes. Then another bought one for his daughter. By afternoon every box was gone. Arav stood behind his empty table, not proud in a loud way but peaceful. He had not won because of luck. He had not changed because morning had magic. He had changed because he finally gave his dream the first part of his day. That evening Arav returned to Dev. "I understand now," he said. "Waking early is not only about time." Dev nodded. "It is about respect." "For work?" Arav asked. "For your future," Dev replied. Arav looked toward the quiet river. For years he had given his dream the tired leftovers of his day. Now he was giving it his first quiet hour. And that made everything different. Maybe this is the lesson many people need today. Waking up early will not make success fall from the sky. It will not replace effort. It will not make life easy. But it can give you something powerful. A quiet space. A clear mind. A small beginning before the world becomes loud. The dream you ignore in the morning becomes the regret you carry at night. You do not wake up early to impress the world. You wake up early to stop disappointing your future self. A quiet morning can become the beginning of a different life. So tomorrow, when your mind says just a little more sleep, remember Arav. Remember the market he missed. Remember the cold floor beneath his feet. Remember the first sunrise he finally met with discipline. Do not give your dream the tired leftovers of your day. Give it your first quiet hour before the world begins asking for everything else.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.